on to your online services homepage, it should be there. Blackboard is mainly, when you walk into your classroom, that's where you keep most of your connection with all your friends, your associates in the classroom. If you wanna know someone else that you don't socialize inside the classroom, that's where, you can meet new people, figure out how you can stay with that person, or, get your grades in the classroom, talk to your professor, send emails to your professor, as well as sending emails to the people inside the classroom. Blackboard is,
So this is your Blackboard.
where y'all find it?
You just need your ACC, EID, and your password. When you put that in,
Yeah, then go back just one.
homepage.
Yeah.
Just below online
Online
services,
services,
there's a link.
Did we answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So,
I want to mention this probably like, that's my voice.
Ms. Rashonda, you, on your slide, you said something about financial aid.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can't pay for all of my college at the same time. How do you set up a payment plan?
So the way you set up a payment plan, you're gonna go to, cashier, area inside your ACC. With your classes, what I do is I take my record as far as how many classes I registered for and my percent that I have. Once I walk up to them, I just ask them I tell them, I have this many classes I've logged in for. My percentage, like right now, my example, I have 2 classes and my percentage is $500. I can't pay for my classes out of pocket either, I'm not rich. So the payment plan area is my home, it's my best friend. So, once you go to them and you ask them, this is my percentage, what's my payment plan for, what do I need to put down, they're gonna tell you, well, right now, my $500, I'm gonna put down $125. Once I put down that payment, I'm not paying $125 every month. No way, I'll be like, what? No way, so, once you do that, once you put your payment plan down, they're gonna tell you, okay, so every month, before the semester's over, you're gonna pay about $90 every week at that, just 1 month. You're not gonna pay every day of that whole week, or that whole month, you're not gonna keep paying and cluttering up on you. It's just one time for that month. Once you miss or you're late, like 2 or 3 days if you're late, 1 day you're late, it's gonna charge you $20. That's my negative, and that's like mostly, you never wanna be late, because once you're late, it adds on to your payment, which makes it a little bit more hard for you. So that $90 just went up to $100 and something, so yeah.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
So do I have to go in person or can I do this?
You don't have to go in person, you can also do that online. Now, I have to make a PowerPoint for that, thank you. But you can also go online, and do that, as well as see your record. You can see your record and also the payments, like you already paid, it'll show you that, it'll show you what's left, and it'll show you, if you have your $20, like late fee, it'll also put that on there for you too. So you can know ahead of time, it also gives you emails as well as your payments due today, if you wanna be emailed to your own payments. They keep you up to date most definitely for your payments, because they want it before the semester ends. Yeah.
So last, but one more question. Online services, you have to click right here in this link where it says financial information on the third one.
Oh, that's a good question. I think we go
There is where you click and it's gonna take you, it's gonna take you to an external website. And there you're gonna be able to submit your credit card or debit card information. And you're gonna be able to set up your payment plan, pay in 25% down.
But if you're like me, I'm like more of a person that don't like to give my card number out because I'm scared people just don't yank my money out the bank. I like to come in person. So, yeah, it depends on you pretty much as far as payment.
Jack?
How do we, once you're enrolled in the classes, how do we find out, what textbooks we need before, the first day of class?
That actually you could do scale in the online services. We show
You can also do that on Blackboard as well.
here.
Blackboard is your best friend too, it'll tell you.
So this is screen that's showing you your schedules. It's gonna have right here in the middle textbooks, and you click there, and that's gonna. I'm sorry,
Okay, so for international students, like you have to wait to the second week of school. So on the second week of school, there's a special day, like you notice at 5 a.m. you see students at school. That's because on that day, like they give away books. You can go and check out your calculus book, the microbiology book. You have to go there early because like it's first come, first take. So you form a line, it will tell you to write the name of the book you need and everything. So you reach there, like if you really want to have all your books, I advise you to go there at 5 a.m.
Not only go there at 5 a.m., know your course number, and know your class, know the book, because if you don't,
Any
you don't know
campus.
the library. Okay.
Yeah, take it to the library. You can go at any campus. Yeah.
As long as you be early bird. We 5 o'clock in the morning, bird.
It's actually more of a statement. It is actually better to wait until you actually meet with your teacher to get your book, because last semester, the course syllabus had one book that she had planned everything for, and then her head of her department changed our book an hour before the first class.
Right, that's like what I was saying earlier, as well as the textbook online where they show you your professor say they did not recommend it, so. And then if you buy a book and it has a packet, please go to class and do not open the packet. I know you guys want to be prepared to be the first student to do your homework, but please do not open the packet because your professor will tell you, you don't need it. And you spend $200 on a book that you just opened, which you just got your $200 back, but it's all gone because why you opened your book, so.
I have a
keep
general
those.
question. Is there a way, or does anyone know if there is a way that you can email your professor and ask them if they need that textbook before
Yeah.
class starts?
Yeah, that's where,
In the same,
that's where you go to your online services and where you register for
okay,
your
here,
classes.
it'll show you some of them. If you click here, it's gonna take you to the instructor, right? And if you keep on clicking on their name, it's gonna take you to, like the directory at ACC, and you're gonna have their phone number, their office, and email and everything, so you can get that contact information.
That was for me.
No, this is what this is for. If you have questions and you want to clarify, like you guys need to really answer the questions so you know how to get the information. So that was perfect. I want to give you guys another round of applause. Three things I want to say. I think you ladies did an excellent job on your presentation. Two, just as two general points for everybody when they present. You gotta be a whole lot louder. Cause the people in the back who cannot hear you. So for whoever presents, you gotta use your diaphragm right here and push. And it might sound like you're yelling to you, but it's actually the right tone, so that your audience will be able to hear you. Because many of you will be presenting in auditoriums, like Riverside, Northridge, so that's a big space. So they're gonna need to be able to hear you. So speak up and project when you're up there. And then two, something that you guys found out later as you were going on in your presentation and in the question and answering. And I thought that you were much more comfortable in your question and answer, and you gave me personality in your question and answer, and you made it relatable in your question and answer. So remember that as you're doing your presentation. I know you guys are a little nervous, but that's what we want to see. We want to see your personality. We want to make it relatable. But also the thing that I was going to say is follow through. So when you say something, make sure you follow that all the way through. Like when you mention Blackboard, how do you get on? When you mention something, make sure in your presentation that you go all the way through the process. So those are my comments, but you did a fabulous job. Thank you.
Oh, you can keep that on.
Yeah, you got
Do you want to do this? Yeah.
Good morning, class. Good morning, class. Please get your seat, please. Get your seats. Please get your seats. Good evening. Please sign in. Pass it around. Please be quiet. Thank you so much. Please sign in and pass it around. Can I get everyone to be quiet, please? Thank you so much. As the sign is going around, please sign your name and date. I need to know that you're here. Welcome to your first day of class. Well, you made it thus far, some of you all. I'm so glad that you're here. Your time here at Austin Community College will be exciting, and for some of you all, very interesting. Your journey here, you won't forget, you enjoy, hopefully. But I want you all to take it very seriously. Very seriously. My name is Professor Jack Waldo. And as you can see, we're going to go over a contract, an agreement, also known as a syllabus. A syllabus. All right? So I'm going to go through the syllabus very quickly. Please be quiet and focus up here. Because what's going to happen is you're going to ask me later on in the semester what's going on, and I'm going to tell you what. Go check your syllabus. So please focus. This is the first day of class, so please. Like I said, my name is Professor Jack Waldo. I have a master's in higher education and administration. Hopefully, if you take it seriously, you'll get there as well. My office hours are right here, and my phone number. Please govern yourself accordingly. Hold on to your syllabus. Hold them in your binder. Put in your schedule, your planner, so you know where my office hours are. Here's a little description about this class. This is the Transition to Success course. This is the development level course designed for enhancement. Excuse me, young lady, please hurry up to your seat. Hurry up quickly. Quickly. This is a development level course designed for entering first-time college students with priority needs. It provides an overview of key aspect knowledge and skills needed in the transition to college life. Students identify their educational goals, personal strengths, and areas for development. Become familiar with college resources and services, and briefly explore strategies for academic success such as time management and study skills. Here's going to be your textbook on today, and for the rest of the semester, there is a bookstore located on each campus. You need to find that out quickly, because this is book one. You might get a book throughout the semester. You never know how I feel, okay? Be ready to buy the book, okay? Like I said, there's a bookstore on each campus. Course purpose, to facilitate students' transition success at Austin Community College. Here, learning outcomes, I won't go through all that because I know by this time, coming from high school or life experiences, you can read by now, hopefully.
She has a question. She has a no.
Okay, right there I was just playing my role play. Yeah. way through this, hold your questions, we'll have time to go through this.
Make sure you write your question.
Write your questions down and I'll get back to you, okay? This role play that I just did, that's exactly what you would do in the first section. And if you note from your notes, you should write in the front, the first session is what? What's the name of the session?
Real talk.
College Life Real Talk. So I gave in a role play of a possible faculty and staff or an adjunct that they'll run into. Somebody that's very stoic, somebody that's really kind of sharp, coming on time, don't leave my class early, let me know when you go to the bathroom, those things might happen in those classes. But that's the whole kind of feel that we need when you start out with the first class. Is that right?
Yes.
Y'all like that?
Yeah.
Can y'all do that?
Yeah.
I think you can do that. You can do better. Well, here's the thing. I did it in hopes that you can do that. Yeah, I did it the first time. Hopefully you guys can get better and better as we practice. So I'm gonna go back into my scene, and it won't be a role play, but I'll go back as a director of first year experience, and I'm going to go into the content which you'll be presenting. So I'm going back to the presentation, and we'll walk through the presentation for you. Okay, but the first part was the role play, what I did. We're going to walk through that toward the end of this workshop today, all right?
Right.
Yes.
So just as an overall view, what we're doing, we're walking at the workshop for you. So what we do, y'all will do even better, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
I'm gonna do legal rule.
That's great. We'll talk about that a little later too, about being you and doing you. All right. Going back into my scene as a director of first year experience, all right? So from the role play, you'll transition into discussion on, okay, this may or may not, this role play may or may not be your typical first day at school. But from this point forward, we would like to get a real taste of college life and how to be successful. Today, you will walk in the shoes of a true life, first time in college student. All right? Today's session goal. Side note, you'll be moving your own PowerPoint too as well. Note that. Okay? You'll be moving your own PowerPoint in your session. All right? I'm cutting the lights out so you can see. All right. So that was my second part of my syllabus. All right, session goals. The session goals, there's 3 of them. The first one is you will explore and identify what it means to be a successful college student. Second one is you will identify effective time management and study techniques and understand related academic tools. And last, you will explore classroom expectations, rights, and responsibilities. Now we're going to go into a segment we call Real Talk. Somebody say Real Talk.
Real talk.
In which we will, so now we're going into a segment called Real Talk, in which we want to have a dialogue with each other. We want to provide an opportunity for you to express your thoughts or feelings about your expectations, your anxieties for your first day or first week or first semester at college. Then you'll begin with the College Real Talk question and answer. First question, how did you feel about the approach of the professor? Let me get one hand, 2 hands, there we go, 1 and 2, yes.
Terrified.
Terrified.
That was pre-before it, so.
You can make my I'm like, oh my God, this feels like a real class. When I see every semester.
Every semester you see this. Interesting. Second question.
That's why.
Second question. I need 2 hands. Are there any areas of the syllabus that you wish the professor should have covered? 1, 2, and 3. Right here. You want to answer the first question?
No, it was a question. I want to ask you a question.
Hold your question. Is it about what I'm about to do? What I'm presenting?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold your question. I'm in it now. So hold your questions. You guys are like the students right now that are in the presentation. If you have a question, write it down. We're going to be going to Q&A as soon as I come out of my seat. Back in. Yes.
How exactly when things are due for your syllabus?
And things are due. Okay.
So,
oh, my professor would tell me earlier to test on this day, this day, this day.
And this, I can go to the second page, do the testing. Yes, quickly, yes.
Is the professor gonna be using Blackboard?
Yes, excellent.
You said you got many books. Do we have to switch in the middle of the class? You know, like when class is over, got another book that next day?
Carlos,
Grade and policy.
I'm sorry?
Grade and policy.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Grade and policy. Good. So, come out a little bit, so they'll be having conversations about that, they'll be like, yeah, since we've been like, yeah, I don't know about that. So, you can kind of feel them. When they say something, you kind of go with it a little bit, maybe answer a few of their questions, all right?
Because we want to empower them that they can ask those questions. If they feel like there's something that they need to know, don't just sit in class and feel like, oh, this is a stupid question, I don't want to ask it. Empower them to have them ask the professor.
And also, when there isn't a question that's posed to you guys, I think it's very important with new students, they're nervous, they don't even know what questions to ask. So sometimes you're gonna have to go back and forth, and there's gonna have to be dialogue, and you're gonna feel like you're carrying the conversation a little bit, but you have to get them to a point where they're like, oh, yeah, it piques their interest, and they start to recognize what questions they would like to ask.
I'm glad you said that, Candace, because that's something I forgot to do. You're gonna have a ball, right? And you'll be able to toss the ball to them, and now the discussion piece. When you toss it to them, now chuck Throw and toss are different. This is toss. Okay? All right.
It'll be a squishy ball.
All right. So from here, you all, you have discussion, and then we'll go into the next part in which you will read the ACC mission statement. All right, haven't seen the ACC mission statement before? Well, good, we haven't seen it, you now can see it, and you now know it, okay? The Austin Community College District values and respects each individual student. We promote student success and improve communities by providing affordable access through traditional and distance learning modes to higher education and workforce training in the 8 county service. This should be service area, but service area. All right? From there, you jump and say there are a lot of myths about college life and professors. Some are true, some are false. However, the dramatization that you just experienced could happen on your first day at ACC. Know that the mission of Austin Community College is committed to helping all students meet their educational goals and enhancing success. All right, so I'm done with my part. I'm done with pretty much a third of the presentation. Anybody have any questions about the role play? Let's start with the role play. Questions from the top. Yes. And make sure you're taking notes, okay? All right. Yes.
Okay, so the script is what you're reading off of, right?
The script is what I'm reading off.
Is that something we need to memorize, right?
It's something you need to memorize, but remember as, how many took public speaking class? How many remember the speech where you did, it wasn't spontaneous, it was the bullet point speech, I forgot what it's called. It's called, no, not informative. It's a style where you have bullets and you read out the card. You don't have all the information, you just have notes. Outline. Pretty much, it's an outline, but there's name, I'll look it up for you. But it's an outline you'll have, so you might have like maybe some cue cards so you can hit some major points. But you shouldn't be doing like, I kind of flow with it. You should be able to flow in some way. You can add a little bit of extra in there like I did. When I saw her walk in, I'm like, you may have to see. You know, you can play on a little bit, but it should meet some major bullets of providing the syllabus, providing a sign-up sheet, you know, going over the syllabus, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so when you're saying like bullet points, so it would be like the main thing.
The main things. Yes, the main things.
So you don't have to memorize it, but just the key points are outlined in this program guide that you have.
So everybody's role play is on the different on everything.
In some ways, in some form, but similar, because you're gonna be in character. Now, I was in character in regards to a few of my decor, but we're gonna try to give you guys some really props, like the stuffy jacket. For some of you ladies, maybe those little, no, the ones that make you noise when you walk, click, clack, and a long skirt, maybe like a cardigan or something like that. We'll put you in like the big black, yes. Be thinking about those things. Right here and then right here, yes.
In our presentation groups, it's very between 2 and 3 people. Does
one person. Now, when you're going to an orientation, you may not do that particular session because you're going to be doing 3 of the same sessions, but you need to learn all of them just in case someone doesn't show up or you need to do it again or what have you. You need to know all the sessions, okay? And we're going to go through all of them, as you know, in the next 25 days.
So, Joe.
Yes.
So when you say like everybody does that one, like everybody does that section, right? Does that mean like we all have our own class where we have to present everything by ourselves and type
Yes.
that out and?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
For myself though.
You do it on last.
By this time, you should know you can do everything by yourself.
Right.
I mean, all this stuff that you got me doing with the tree and all that stuff, you can do it. Right here in the back end, yes.
But you have a lot of confidence and you like, a lot of people, I think if we don't make it flow, then it's not gonna be believable and instead of actually confident, it's gonna be foreign.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to grab your neighbor's hand. I'm going to sit there. Grab your neighbor's hand. Grab your neighbor's hand. And I want you to look at, I want you to kind of go between neighbors. And look at them very specifically and tell them, you can do this. You can do it. You can do this. Okay, let go of that hand. Let go of that hand. Now listen, I'm not expecting you to do it the way I did it. I'm expecting you to do it the way you want to do it. Now we'll have many rehearsals. Don't y'all get all anxious now. This is the day 1. Breathe. Breathe, all right? It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna go Cynthia and I'm gonna go Chi-Chi.
Okay, so first off, you did a great performance.
What name?
Why so serious? I can't take you seriously like that.
Why so serious? Because we're trying to get kind of the far spectrum so that they can get the feeling of this is college real talk. Get a real experience. In some ways, even just a little more kind of a hyperbole, an exaggeration of the experience that they're getting so they can get that feeling. This is their first time in college. They need to understand about college, understand the seriousness of college. Because so many times, and maybe I'm not going to point to anybody or I want you to raise your hand, you might have not took a class seriously or took a professor seriously, and because of that, maybe you didn't go to their office hours. You didn't pass the class, you didn't get the grade that you wanted. So we're trying to set the precedent, set a foundation how college is important for success to graduate.
Samantha mentioned that she's had professors like that every semester. So
Not
we
every
also,
every semester.
we also want to be able to prepare the students, like if you do encounter a professor like this, how do you react in that situation?
It's also very intimidating. You don't want to leave the students by that, you intimidating the Jesus out of them because of how serious you are.
Well, we're going
So
to,
when
this is the
professors are
third.
serious,
There's
when
more.
their professors are intimidating, how would you respond to that as a student?
I wish I checked.
Hold on, let's go Samantha, hold on. Let's go right here, I'll go back to you.
Chad?
It was kind of like, what's it called? It was kind of like putting yourself, we're doing this to an extreme so you can put yourself in the worst of situations. So that whenever you actually go there, you're not, expecting, oh, everything's gonna be like happy and healthy.
Yeah, and literally guiding them in the conversations about, okay, what do you do in those situations? We're gonna go, Bill. You were saying something, sir?
Oh, no, I'm done.
Okay. We're gonna go Carlos, Chi-Chi, and Chad.
Okay, my question is quick. Can we clarify after we do
Yes.
that?
Well, the questions at the end it said, how did you feel about the approach of the professor? That's when you dive in discussion about not every class is gonna be like this, but what happens if you do? We have great professors here at ACC. Here's my experience, blah, 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 blah. However, if you get a professor like this, what do you do? And you have a conversation about that. It's kind of like what you guys did the other day, when you guys were diving in some deep conversations, and you kind of have to navigate through some awkward moments, right? When you spoke and when you heard somebody speak. And so you do the same thing. When it gets kind of stuffy, kind of feeling, you guide your way out of it. You guide your way through it. Okay? And we're gonna help you do that. We're gonna have some practice too. All right? And I'll be kind of like case study, like, I'm nervous. No, we'll do all that kind of stuff.
Aww.
Chi and Jack.
Well, I have a couple of questions. First of all, the date is supposed to be presented on our various campuses. Is it just, there are 3 days, so one person per day?
No. So there are a total of 5 sessions total. You guys present on 4 of them. Okay? All right? 3 of them. 3 of them, excuse me. 3 of them. So when you get there, you guys will select what session you will do. So if you get college real talk, the 3 times, the 3 different sessions for different audiences, you will present the same one that day. You will select it before you, once you kind of arrive early, you'll select the one you want to do. That makes sense? Chichi, you kind of like,
Oh, I get it.
and my hopes is, our hopes are that you don't select the same one, that you get experience in presenting in different presentations. Some of y'all are like, no, I'll wait till the next week for the next one. No, I want to make sure you have the chance to present, because that gives you experience in speaking and experience in different kinds of presentation.
And here's some real talk. We had a couple of director of FYEs who were not able to meet their fulfillments. So we will need some people to fill in at different campuses. So you will have to be versatile and know different sessions, because we will need some people to fill in. So that's real talk.
Yeah, one more check.
So what happens if, like, you can't attend all orientation at your campus?
All the campuses that you selected?
Like, I'm at Northridge,
Yes.
and there might be a slight possibility that I'm not gonna be in town during like the last 2.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline. Let's talk, I think this presentation today, and we'll talk about how we can make that happen. Okay? You have a question, Chichi?
So, cause I was, never mind.
We're gonna make it work, okay? So let's talk after we'll make it work, because you've been through all the trainings, and we'll make sure you get that speaking opportunity. Okay. Chad, and then,
Back to the strict, I guess, professor, I mean, you asked what, I mean, in my experiences, especially here at ACC, is that, a lot of times, there's students that will drop. Some students will walk out the second that they see that it's a strict professor. I mean, I've seen students walk out, just pick up and walk out after the first 10, 15 minutes. And, you never see them again. And I think that's a great experience though, because then you're saying, hey, this is what you possibly will see, or what you will see in one of your classes, that strict professor, and it's not all that bad. And that professor will probably be your best professor too.
let me expound on chat. Let me expound on chat that we're about to get to in a few minutes about rights, and let's talk more. It's not on this one. It's actually the other one about, what was in this one? You might know about the first week of class where you have 1 week to drop your classes, and after that, so you don't have a lot of time to be picking and choosing who you want to be a faculty with. They don't. You got 1 week. You're a first-time college student, and you may not know that, or you do know that, but you don't know if I don't get on this today or this week. That's it. All right. So it's good for us to do this because this is college real talk, and the reality is, if this is a class that you need for your prerequisites or what have you, this is something that you need to take the course. You need to learn how to manage behavior, manage relationships, faculty, which is our second session about building relationships with faculty and staff. We're gonna go right here, Ariane, and then we'll have the hand up after boom, boom. Okay, Ariane?
So, in a day, we have different sessions, because I have different sessions, maybe if on the 3rd of July, that's one orientation, and then different sessions, like from 7 to 8, or it's just one session.
You were next?
Yes, so you have, on your campus, you have a total of 3 different orientations. workshops that you're presenting, we're calling sessions. So once you get to your orientation, you and your team will do a group photo. You'll say, hey, I wanna do college real talk, hey, I wanna do financial aid today, hey, I wanna do, the diversity workshop. And then, depending on the number of students that, and we'll talk more about this later, but depending on the number of students that have signed up for your orientation, so if you have 100 students at your orientation, that means if you pick the financial aid workshop to do that day, you'll present that 3 different times. Because the students will be broken up into groups of like 30, smaller groups. So, if you're at a campus that has that many students, you will do it as in small groups. If you're at a campus that has like 20 students at the orientation, you may only present it one time, so those 20 students will travel together. So what we're trying to create is what they call a cohort. So we want these students to really build a rapport with each other, and we want them to experience each of these sessions together. We want them to have this dialogue together. We want them to grow, kind of create like a small community and a family there at orientation. So that way, from that, they can spring on to, hey, let me form a study group. Hey, let me, this person's gonna be my new friend. So that's what we're trying to create. So it depends on the number of students that will be at your orientation, and we'll talk more about that later as we get closer to our final numbers. So yeah, you'll be presenting whatever workshop you present that workshop the same way each day. Any other questions? Cynthia?
It's more of a comment. Just one thing to keep in mind, I guess the direct, really strict approach is probably a huge show because students aren't always going to have the opportunity to pick and choose classes. Like, I remember last semester, which was my first semester, all of my classes were pretty much full. I got the last seat in 3 out of my 4 classes, so I didn't get to pick and choose. And that's just something to keep in mind and, explain that to the new students because you're not always going to get to choose. And if you do, that's actually more of a privilege and you should be grateful for it.
So usually when you're a new student, you register later than everybody else. So
That's
that
true.
really don't have an option.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that's just to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that you guys have, this is again, remember, this part that you just saw, this is one of 3 parts of this session. So I want you to kind of keep a broad mind of how the session is gonna unfold, and there will be several opportunities, because I hear there's a lot of anxiety about kind of portraying that strictness of a professor and how will a student take that in. There will be several opportunities throughout the actual workshop for you to interject different ways that students can handle that if they come to that situation. Just like John mentioned, hey, if you find a professor, you may not feel comfortable with in the first few days, hey, here's the add and drop rule. So all that's gonna be later on within this session. So you'll kind of weave in and out some advice as to, hey, if you experience this, there are several ways that you can handle it.
What if you don't know the answer to the question that a student has?
If you don't know the answer, you'll write the question down, and then you'll give it to your coordinator and specialist and have them address it. Or you'll find out the answer from them and then go back to that student and say, hey, I found the answer that you're looking for. So don't ever be afraid to say, I don't know. It's better to say, yes, I don't know, I will get back to you than to make something up. Because these students literally, they look at you all as role models. So they're gonna be like, oh, Amanda told me that I can drop my class on the 3rd day. And they will go to, the counselors, advisors, and deans and be like, my orientation leader told me. So if you don't know the answer to something, it's okay to say, I don't know, I'll get back to you. Till you find out the correct answer because, they'll hold you to it, so.
Or how hard is that instead of saying, I'll get it right, help you, let's find out.
Yes, that's also another option.
I really will.
Yeah. So definitely research the answer for them, don't just leave them hanging. Get back to them, but yeah, it's okay to go search for.
You know what? I would like to go back to what Samantha says, and let's institute that verbiage. Let's find out together. Let's write that down on a piece of paper. That would be our statement. If you don't have the answer to a question, you let me know. Let's find out together.
But there may be an opportunity if there's scheduling that you may not be able to go together. So just keep that in mind. They may have to go to another class because we're on a schedule, so just make sure you come back to them. But if the opportunity does present
in the three
Okay, so
orientations.
outline like she's gonna do real talk and got it.
At one orientation,
Got it.
and then the next one, you
So
may
she-
rotate
got it.
and do a different
That
version.
was a good question.
But you'll do it 3 times,
Right.
depending on the size of the
people.
group.
So each one of the people you'll
I
do.
Nope, because they'll be going on at the same time. They'll get to that.
Yes.
Okay, from our campus specifically, I know there's one other person.
Yes.
Are we getting anybody else?
That's what I just talked about we will have to have people fill in at different campuses. So as we get closer to orientations, we will definitely have the sign-in sheet, because some people did, fall off during our term. But that's okay, 'cause we got some strong people.
Let's continue the questions. Let's continue the questions. Keep asking questions.
Actually, can we break for dinner? We'll have a break, and
Yeah.
then we'll come back. We
Yeah.
have pizza right here, so if you guys wanna take a bathroom break, get some pizza. Kind of mix and mingle for about 15 minutes, and then we'll jump right in.
If you have more questions, write them down.
Because we gotta move on with the rest of the session as well.
Hey, come on, let's go.
It's true, I always told you. That was nothing. That was okay. Alright, this is my opening. This is my opening statement. I'm outside. Here, ladies on this side, and I want to bring us on this side right now. Now, alright, we're here today, we're here to tell.